Before I go anywhere with this, first watch a bit of Boris.
We must seize this opportunity to build back better. Build more houses to give people a chance to have a home of their own. Build more hospitals and rebuild more schools.
Okay, so this is Johnson over 2 years ago in a political broadcast, and it's difficult to know whether or not to talk about the slogan or the fact that all the promises he's made here have turned out to either be a load of empty ones or mired in some controversy. This is no more truer than the notion of rebuilding schools, especially with all that's happening at the moment regarding school buildings literally falling apart.
Permanent Secretary at the Department for Education has said this morning that when they wanted to put more money into repairing schools, you as Chancellor didn't allow that to go ahead and in fact cut that budget. Are you to blame for what's happening now? And do you want to apologise to parents and pupils?
No, I think that is completely and utterly wrong.
Back to the slogan. I've really got to the end of my patience with the Tory sloganeering. Yes, it works. People respond to pithy, bite-sized 3-word slogans, but you've overdone it. You've over-egged the pudding.
So that we have the strong and stable leadership we need.
Build the infrastructure that will transform and level up all parts of the UK. Build a stronger union, build a greener economy, build a fairer society, and build a better United Kingdom. Our plan to transform this country will not be blown up.
So one of my biggest problems with this broadcast is that it was just over a year ago when Johnson was still Prime Minister. He came into power saying that he would be different and that May and Cameron were to blame for the Conservative failures. But look at this.
59 today, the occupant of this limo, ex-Prime Minister Boris Johnson. His birthday present, the House of Commons has tonight branded him a reckless and intentional liar. And the result?
The ayes to the right, 354. The noes to the left, 7.
Which means Boris Johnson becomes the first Prime Minister in British history to be judged by the House of Commons as a serial liar.
We all knew it. We all knew that he was a liar. He was a proven liar before he even became PM.
Asks you to supply the address of a journalist,
yes,
so that he can have him physically assaulted. The words beaten up and broken ribs are said to
yes.
you. And you, having heard that, you tell your friend, Darius Guppy, you will supply the address. What does that say about you, Boris Johnson?
Well,
aren't you, in fact, making up quotes, lying to your party leader, wanting to be part of someone being physically assaulted? You're a nasty piece of work, aren't you?
Well, Eddie, I think all three things I would dispute.
Well, you don't factually dispute them.
Well, I do, and I could, if we had a long time, which we don't, I could explain that I think all three interpretations you're putting on those things aren't wholly fair.
And yet somehow he was allowed to press the reset button until he ran out of road, and then we had this. And now this.
Well, that is exactly what I'm trying to do. There's the business. What do you have? Do you work in a business? Do you want some fruit?
I'm homeless.
Now is the moment to harness the extraordinary national spirit we've seen in the last few months and build back better.
Shut up! Click here for some more flashbacks of Truss.